Good morning, dead meat, 1 hour, Outlast, let's go, kill count.
My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year. Now I'm dead meat.
Pull a gun on me again and you're dead meat.
Dead meat! You might actually beat me. You really think so? Hell no.
I actually kind of like
You're
the
dead
use of the
meat.
video game clips.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror video games. I'm Zoran, happy Outlastentine's Day Gavoyich, and today we're taking a very close and
Hey,
grainy
Zoran.
look at mental health facilities with Outlast, released in 2013.
This'll
Outlast is
blow
a
up.
first-person survival horror game created by the Montreal-based independent studio Red Barrels, named after the
Wait,
infamous Red
Montreal?
Barrels seen in hundreds of games, dating back to 1986's Speed Rumbler. But of course, to me, there'll
that's
always
cool.
be those things that got me. Red Barrels was founded in 2011 by Philippe Morin, David Chatenoff, and Hugo Dallaire. They were all game developers that had grown disenchanted with the game industry and its refusal to create any new IP in 2011, which you can
that makes
definitely
sense.
see. There's like 4 original games here. Oh, including LA Noire, the game that had you solve crimes by slightly rotating evidence. Sick of making action-adventure games,
that's nice.
co-founder David Chatenoff wanted to try his hand at horror.
I wanted to do an horror movie, but then since I'm better in video game, actually,
You made a horror game.
I decided to do an horror games instead of an horror movie.
And you know Chatenoff is
Well,
a
you did
true
success.
fan because he owns over 500 horror movies.
Ha! 500. That's it. I got like 600, 700, might be up to 800 by now.
Okay, let's all just put our horror dicks
That's a
away.
good count, James.
Thank you. But of course, to make a game, you need money.
was that?
This one needed about 1.5 million Canadian to be precise. Oh yeah, I probably spent that much on V-Bucks at this point.
Ooh.
And it was totally worth buying a xenomorph over sending my child to college. After hitting dead ends
Oh,
with
no,
distributors and
Zoran.
Canadian funding programs, the team went a full year without salaries. They even considered calling it quits. But instead, they waited out another 6 months of unemployment, gathering the necessary qualifications and funds to reapply to the Canadian Media Fund. In order to put together the money they needed on their end, they used most of their savings, maxed out their credit, put their homes on the line, and asked their families if they wanted to invest in the company. Wow, talk
Oh,
about an
wow.
underdog story, Jesus. They finally managed to find $360,000, which was enough to ask for an extra $1 million from the CMF. The next thing they did was create a demo for PAX East, but they were worried it wouldn't be scary in the
I'm
loud environment.
surprised.
So they built booths and bought the most expensive noise-canceling headphones they could find, which paid off as they eventually had a line wrapping around the booth. It was
Ooh,
a huge
good luck.
success.
Nice.
A lot of screaming, a lot of bad words, and also even a guy, he jumped so much that he almost broke our booth down.
With word of mouth growing,
whoops.
they needed to finish this AAA garage game, as Marin called it. And while most AAA games take anywhere from 2 to 7 years to complete, Red Barrel finished Outlast in 1.
Produit, ça doit être la pression
1
qu'on
year?
avait
Wow.
de devoir livrer ce
Impressive.
produit-là à temps, sinon on n'avait plus d'argent.
It was released to positive reviews, even making an appearance on Clueless Gamer with Conan O'Brien.
You know what this looks like?
Oh,
Exactly
wow.
like my colonoscopy footage. That's exactly what it looked like.
They
At
actually
first,
have
it
Conan
only
O'Brien.
sold
That's
about
cool.
116,000 copies. But thanks to Steam sales and a deal with Sony to bring the game to PlayStation Plus, they quickly had over 3 million downloads. And as of today, the series has sold over 15 million units, which includes its
So
Children of the
impressive.
Corny sequel, Outlast 2, and the newly released multiplayer game, The Outlast Trials.
Daddy, who are these people?
Let's dig around inside them and find out.
Outlast puts you in
Okay,
the
I
shoes
figured
of
that out.
journalist Miles Upshur, who receives an anonymous tip that the Murkoff Corporation has been conducting experiments on patients at the Mount Massive Asylum in Colorado. Armed with only your camcorder's night vision mode,
Mount
you must
Massive,
make
not
your way
Mount-
through the
not
halls
Massive
of the
Mount.
asylum and piece together the mystery of what's going on. All while, of course, not getting killed by its kooky collection of cuckoos.
And you
But
have
let's
no
be
way to
honest,
fight.
the real main point of the game is...
Our goal basically is just to scare the shit out of players.
And boy, did they succeed.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, Outlast owes a lot of its success to the burgeoning streamer market, because if there's one thing people love to watch,
look,
it's
PewDiePie.
streamers become screamers.
Oh, Markiplier.
Personally, I never did finish the game when I first played it back in my Chicago days, but of course, when I was playing it at that point, I was under the influence of some hallucinogens. But I'm sure
That-
this time
that makes
I'm gonna
sense.
be able to get through it just fine.
Hey, dude, have you seen my Molly water?
Uh-oh.
No, the water for Molly.
Oh,
God,
right.
you made me drink dog water?
I didn't make you do shit. You wrote this shit.
And finally, since you can't actively kill anyone in this game, there won't be a most kills, least kills breakdown this time. But I will be counting all the bodies I see as I explore this barely lit bedlam.
Yeah,
and,
you can't kill anything.
Oh boy, Josh help
You
me,
can't.
there are a lot of them. Now
They
before we get
can't.
into things, I want to take a moment to,
Sleep gas?
I'm about to be gassed for a sponsor bit. Oh, damn you, Ben Bell! View!
Good fall.
Ah, you're awake. So nice of you
Dave's
to join
tentacle.
us, Mr. Kavoya.
Damn, who's that
What do
pilot?
you want from me? My Graboid collection? My Hot Toys collection? My pictures of my son collection?
Nothing so sentimental.
A photo
All I want
book?
is a little data.
My data? Are you kidding me? I use today's sponsor NordVPN to protect myself. How many patients' bodies will try my patients when I count them? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Alright, let's go.
The game begins with a warning.
Outlast contains intense violence, gore, graphic sexual content, and strong language. Please enjoy.
Oh man, YouTube ain't gonna enjoy
Please
this.
enjoy.
I
Nice.
will. We then step into the POV of journalist Miles Upshur.
Yeah, we're gonna have
and
some
actually
trouble
note,
seeing.
since this is a first-person game, I'll be referring to myself and Miles as we to avoid confusion and make myself feel like Venom. We're on our way to
was
Mount
pretty
Massive
good.
Asylum to investigate an anonymous tip about the shadowy Murkoff Corporation and some illegal experimentation on the patients there, as is told to us in the first of many, many documents you're going to collect during the game. And much
Man.
like Resident Evil, these documents help piece together the story of what the hell is actually happening in this game. This first one's entitled Whistleblower and ties directly into the DLC that was released in 2014. In that spin-off, you play as Waylon Park, a software engineer for Murkoff that sent this email to Miles after much deliberation on whether he should push X or not. He did, and thus, game. And for those wondering, I will
Nice.
not be counting kills
Okay.
for the Whistleblower DLC, because that is a separate story, and also, I refuse to do
Oh.
this to the Dead Meat team. Oh no. My apologies to Eddie Gluskin. Maybe I'll get you next time.
Oh,
we grab a camcorder
that's
from
where
the
that's
front seat,
from.
modeled after a Sony HDR
Oh.
CX550V Handycam, but with the non-lawsuit worthy brand Spatlin. A made-up brand modeler and environmental artist Patrice Cote puts in his games as a signature. This camera is your best friend in the game. And
He's your only friend.
I'm implying he fucks the camera, as its night
That's
vision
gross.
function is the only way to see in the pitch dark halls of Mount Massive. The night vision aspect of the game was something Red Barrels wanted from the start, originally drawing inspiration from an Aphex Twin music video called Rubber Johnny, which is just so disturbing.
What the hell am I looking at?
They also look to found footage films like Wreck, Grave Encounters, and of course the Blair Witch Project.
Grave
but the
Encounters, good
problem
movie.
with found footage movies is justifying why the hell the person is endlessly recording. So they left it up to the player to decide when to record, rewarding them with notes for recording certain moments. Speak of the tutorial, here's our first note now, revealing Miles' thoughts on the situation.
Mount Massive Asylum. Shut down amid scandal and government secrecy in 1971.
1971, okay.
Reopened by Murkoff Psychiatric Systems in 2009 under the guise of a charitable
38 years?
organization.
Wow.
Oh, like Ronald McDonald House or the Human Fund. But Miles knows better than to trust a company whose name sounds like a World of Warcraft mumbly fish. With all the doors locked,
I get it.
we be crouching to find another way in. After some light platforming, we make it inside, only to have the lights go out. Better
Damn
switch
it.
on the old night vision mode, see if there's any Paris Hiltons wandering about. Nope. Well, maybe they're in the...
Oh, that can be
Damn
good.
you, TV Snow! After playing with the slow versus fast door opening mechanic, we open the door, we close the door. We open the door, we just open the door. We then find another document about a 19-year-old
here we go.
named William P. Hope, nicknamed Billy, who is being subjected to something called the morphogenic engine. Ooh, mysterious.
what?
More on that later. Farther down the hall, we realize we're not alone. Oh, I love
Yeah,
these
no, time to
simple,
leave.
creepy moments that perfectly build the tension in this game. Keep scaring
Turn
the
around,
game. I love
leave.
it. And luckily, when Outlast closes a door, it opens a vent. So we Willis our way into another hallway and continue to... Okay,
Oh,
okay.
well.
Don't worry. I won't be constantly doing jump scares during this whole video.
You know, I surprisingly had a
No
feeling that was
promises
going to
for
happen.
Ben. This hallway heart attack gives us our first kills of the game. Let's see, there's one. Okay, I'll hold all counting until after your exposition. The not dead yet gent is named Stevenson and is one of Murkoff's personal tactical operators sent to stop the chaos at the asylum.
Looks like
Did
it.
not work. He says he was killed by variants, and not the Scotty Young cover art kind. That's the name given to the inmates/patients at Mount Massive, who have been deformed both physically and mentally after being subjected to the morphogenic engine. Red Barrel's made a point to keep the characters human, and is adamant that they are definitely not zombies.
They are a human being with a sickness, but they have a little twist that we, for sure, I don't want to spoil it.
Stevenson tells us to unlock the front door from the security room. Oh, and one other thing.
You have to get the fuck out of this terrible place.
Yeah,
With
get
that,
out.
Lord Stevenson is rocketed onto the count amongst
Bus kill.
Oh God, are you kidding me? Are those heads and piles of bodies? No, I'm not counting a bunch of copy-pasted severed body part models.
Oh, but you said it'd be so fun to count every little thing in the video game kill count.
Okay,
You said that, right?
No, you're right, okay?
You did say that.
Made my bed, and now I'm gonna make Tim lie in it.
Damn you, Gavoldiak!
Anyway, since I broke Josh with the Resident Evil kill count,
Gotta count the snakes.
I'll let Tim sort through this pile of parts. But since it's damn near impossible to know whose arm belongs to whose torso and which head goes on which body,
I would
we're
just
gonna
count
do a head
heads.
count. So with that rule in place, Tim was able to count 48 heads in Princess Mamba's storage
I was
locker.
right.
All that counting caused the camera battery to die, which is something that's gonna happen a lot if I have to keep getting footage of these random bodies in the dark. Luckily, there are random batteries in the dark to pick up throughout the asylum, but they're a limited number, which is a great tension mechanic that forces you to use your night vision in short bursts. It is super stressful, just like the sound of the battery dying. Outside the library, we're attacked by a large, lipless man and thrown to the ground floor, knocking us unconscious. As we come to, we see a priest.
Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle.
I believe it's pronounced journalist, but whatever. The priest disappears as Miles shares his thoughts.
I wake up and some doughy old man with a face like an alcoholic kitty fiddler in a homemade priest outfit calls me his apostle.
Kitty fiddler? Oh, does that mean he plays a tiny fiddle?
No.
Oh, no, it does not. We get our asses
The
up
other
to
one's
find
Zoran.
more bodies strewn about the lobby, but only one counts because the rest don't have heads. I'm sure they're sitting nicely upstairs where we already counted them. There's also a document on the desk with one word printed on the next page. Oh, come on, man. Change your margins and save a tree. Exploring the halls, we see a man in a wheelchair. Charles? And another one chasing after some meddling kids in a hallway of doors.
Ooh.
In the bathroom, there's a ghouly victim's hand, who doesn't count, but we can add this dead war boy. Witness me counting them!
Oh! Zoran!
Service the Tin Man. Across the hall, it's pretty dark, so we turn on the old night vision to, fuck me. I guess we...
I'm sorry for pausing, but Zoran, please, for the love of God, I hope that was something non-toxic and non-poisonous. Come on, man.
We can add 6 more to the count with the dead...
Okay, maybe it was like some candy spray that they would use in like cakes or something.
Employees on the floor and 4
Moving on,
heads on the
moving on.
shelf. Damn, only halfway to filling a duffel bag. We then find the security room, but it's locked. So secure.
Damn it.
And during our
Keep
search for the key card, we find 4 more headed bodies that include an achievement for a man falling down an elevator shaft.
Oh. Achievement.
And, oh wait, is that Axel?
Oh no.
We peruse a document on Chris Walker, a former member of the military police in Afghanistan who was exposed to the Morpho machine to see his true potential, which according to him involved carving the flesh off his forehead so his third eye could be a little less blind. Oh, and he continued using a semi-charmed kind of knife to remove his nose and lips. Wait a minute, lipless variant?
Oh,
that's
wait.
the guy that threw us through the lobby earlier. Walker acts as our Mr. X or Nemesis style antagonist,
So
constantly
that's who
stalking
that
us
is.
and calling us names.
Find you, little pig.
This big bad wolf in
Little
little clothing
pig?
is Outlast's unofficial mascot, appearing in early promo images with his forehead skin still intact. This uncircumcised version of Chris is one of the many iterations he went
Ugh.
through. As the only character Red Barrels could afford to do concept art for, the original idea for his mutation was inspired by a mix of harlequin ichthyosis and
Oh, I'm so sorry.
fibrodysplasia, a rare bone disease where parts of your bone structure fuse together. They used to give him a peg leg. Yarr! However,
that's
that
not too
design
bad.
wasn't intimidating enough, so they made him bigger and added military equipment and gear. For the face, they wanted to give more of an
Oh, look at
animalistic,
that.
predatory tone. They were
There you
inspired
go.
by the moray
That's better.
eel and its beady eyes and crazy teeth. The strap holding the mouth was an idea left over from his stay at the morphogenic engine, where they force feed you with tubes. After a few more iterations, this was basically the version seen at the PAX East demo, but
Oh,
he
crap.
still felt too much like a superhero. So character modeler Marc-Antoine Sencol decided to make him, quote, a gigantic, crazy, fat psycho, removing the 90s X-Men pouches and even bringing back a bit of the scarring Harlequin cracks from the original concept art,
That
giving
is
us
pretty
his
good.
final form and earning him the nickname Strong Fat. Oh, now I
Oh.
get my shirt.
What's this says little pigs right on my nipples?
We make our way past
okay,
a lazy
okay.
Deadpool
Wondering
variant
about
and
that.
find three guys just watching a show. Hey, what you watching, boys? Oh, blood splattered static. You waiting for the HBO logo to
Oh, bloody
appear?
snow.
Or- I'm just gonna change the channel.
Pretzel.
Yeah. You know, you're the tossed salad and scrambled eggs he's talking about. Eventually, we get the key card from a sleepy, messy ketchup
finally.
boy. Oh, nope. He's a dead, messy ketchup boy. And heading back to security, we pass that lazy... Oh, not lazy. I'm sorry. You're very productive.
see his
you can
face.
build a shed. Whatever you want. We fight off the patient who crawls into a fetal position, letting us know that these people are kind of just victims here. It's honestly
is
unnerving
extremely a
and
victim.
depressing and adds a surprising amount of humanity and depth to the game,
Sorry,
which
man.
I love. Well done, Red Barrels. Opening the security room, we find another dead guard and a note on the wall saying,
They lie.
which I assume is
Huh.
talking about people who say they've never peed in a pool. We try accessing the
Unix system.
but that problematic priest has cut the power.
Oh, no!
Emergency lights and a message from the text god in the sky tell us to hide in the locker and don't try to fight. However, the original concept for the game did involve fighting back. The main character was going to be one of Murkoff's mercs, sent in to secure the facility with limited ammo and night vision goggles. But to make the game more terrifying, they lost the gun and switched the goggles to a camera.
We're approaching
With
it
a
like the
limited
camcorder
battery.
is the gun.
Oh, I'd rather have the gun! I'd rather have the gun! This non-combat approach was also inspired by the team's love for Amnesia: The Dark Descent. You know, the game that launched 1,000 Milky Ways.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bag of Milky Way.
Finally, they
Bag
believed
of
that
milk?
making their
Okay, I
main
don't get
character
that.
reporter meant that they'd naturally be non-combative. Yeah, guess they never met Gale Weathers. We acquiesce to the core mechanic of the game as Chris Walker bursts in. Miles even writes a little note about it. Mind if I add something? Will you kill me? Yes/no. Perfect. We then leave the note in our
great.
locker and sneak off to gym class. Heading downstairs to turn on the generator, we find a document referencing MK Ultra. MK Ultra was
Oh,
a real
hey.
CIA program that went from 1953 to 1973. It was designed to develop
I love
procedures
drugs.
that could be used during interrogations to force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture. Of course, the program was a gross violation of individual rights and an example of the CIA's abuse of power. This document is an actual excerpt referencing a hypnotic homicide procedure where a woman was
Oh.
hypnotized into murdering someone with a fake pistol. Of course, the names were changed to protect the original patient, Jane Spencer.
I must kill my brother.
In order to start the generator, we need to find
I
2
don't know.
gas pumps and a breaker in the
Okay.
pitch black waterlogged
Moving
basement.
on.
We stumble around our surroundings, ignoring the headless predator trophies, and oh, what's this? Fragile. Huh, must be
Fragile,
Italian.
huh?
And this is where I actually stopped playing the game back in 2013, as this inmate that
Uh-oh.
stalked you kept killing me in the dark. But this time, without being on hallucinogens, I was able to die 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, that's just on me.
Free play with
No,
that.
you're not on hallucinogens. You did see a graphic for player deaths, as I'll be counting those this time around to see which one deserves the Royal Reload Award at the end. You know, if you can
Yeah,
actually
okay.
see anything here. So dark. Eventually, we evade the inmate, restart the generator, and see some what I assume were red barrels. Actually, there are purposely no
Hell.
red barrels
Hell.
in this game, as can be
Oh,
seen in a fun
okay.
Easter egg later, where a blue barrel is labeled not a red barrel. Oh, it is a good joke. We get back to the security
that's
room
nice.
where we're drugged. My God!
Oh,
Actually,
not
it's by
again.
the priest who won't let us leave.
There is so much yet for you to witness.
And he's referring to his invisible god, the Wall Rider. And unlike mainstream religion, he immediately shows us proof of its existence when the Wall Rider kills 4 mercenaries as seen on the Hellman brand security monitor. Whew. Mayonnaise and security tapes. What can't that company do?
That was
Actually,
impressive.
the name Hellman refers to animator Jamie Hellman, whose work was previously seen on the kill count tossing coaster bodies in Final Destination 3. We wake up in a padded cell next to our camera and, camera, did we, last night. The camera remains
Stop trying to
silent
fuck the
but
camera.
sticky. After recording bloody writing on the wall, Miles becomes Sherlock freaking Holmes, somehow deciphering the priest's name is Father Martin, and that a Dr. Wernicke,
okay.
mentioned in a previous document, must be responsible for all the insanity. And apparently he died 10 years ago. That exposition dump Tucker's little Miles out, so he takes a rest under the bed. No time for rest. I'm in control of your ass, so let's bounce out of this rubber room. Controller! An inmate unlocks the door for us. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
And Miles tries to pay it forward to this guy, who's having a little dance party in his head.
Nah, leave him in though. Leave him in
This
though. Don't
prison
let him
block
out.
is just full of colorful characters, including ugly naked guy from Friends. Oh, look, and you have a brother. I smell spinoff. Nope. That's just ball sweat.
Zoom
These two
up.
are called the twins, and their design is based off photographic artist Roger Balin's 1993 photo of the South African twins Dressie and Cassie. Not much is really known about them, except that they
moving on.
seem far more composed and rational than the other inmates, refraining from killing us based on Father Martin's orders. But that doesn't stop them from discussing it.
I want his tongue and liver. They
Uh.
are yours.
I love it. It's like if Frasier and Niles were
Moving
cannibals.
on.
I can't not eat this man's face, Frasier! The atmosphere just gets creepier and creepier with this toothy chatterbox and the world's saddest
deal.
headbanger. I can't imagine it getting any worse.
God damn it! You weren't invited to this, you goddamn sicko!
You're the one diddling a dead body and I'm the sicko.
What the
hello,
hell?
pot? It's the kettle. Yes, I just saw someone fuck a dead body.
Oh!
Oh no, I don't have to count it because there was no head. What do you mean that makes him a selfish lover? Farther down the hall, we meet another friendly fellow.
Oh, that's funny. Hey!
Damn, that's one funny inmate. Don't you think so? No, you're dead. Hey, just like your buddy over here. A note on the wall says God always provides a way, which kind of looks like God
Follow
annoys
the
to me,
blood.
but apparently that way involves following the blood, which of course leads to another dead guard.
Oh,
Starting to think this
shame.
army of clones was made on Camino. Another inmate has some words of wisdom for us.
Down the train.
You say so, buddy. Miles go down the hole. And what new and exciting things await us down here? Oh, good. Another dead guard.
Full
You know what?
bodies.
Tell Tanwi this is not her best work. An inmate so crazy that he's in this prison's prison makes us think some supernatural
Okay.
things might be going on.
They weren't experiments. They were rituals.
Ritual.
Conjuring.
Oh no, we don't need any more entries in that
Okay.
cinematic universe. Moving right along, then see an inmate beating a dead guard, who might as well be a
Ooh.
dead horse at this point.
I'd like you to stay quiet.
Well, if you love quiet, you're gonna love Raycon's new noise isolation feature.
Ow,
Okay,
damn,
sorry,
man.
no more sponsor ads, I get it. After a quick game of chase me, we run into the Coxie twins, as well
Again?
as another dead guard. Hey, did you boys kill this nice man?
Put on some pants.
Okay, as long as you're not gonna eat us.
His tongue and his liver.
Okay, time to go.
Oh,
Chris Walker
God.
briefly appears
Disgusting.
to rip a guy's head off using the same bone crunch sound I use
Whoa.
in everything. And tearing
That
off
was
people's
so
heads
impressive.
seems to be his thing, as revealed in the tie-in comic Outlast, the Murkoff account, in which it's revealed he is responsible for the Hatbox murders, a grisly series of murders that occurred in the late 2000s
Oh,
where
no.
Murkoff employees' heads were found in boxes. Well, guess we can close this cold case from the 60s. It also means he's the one arranging all these heads on the shelves. Hey, you should have kept
That
them
would
in the
make
box.
sense.
They'd be worth more. Another dead guard holds
Rip.
the key forward, and yet another one does nothing but annoy me. The identical penis twins return and
Oh,
kill
my
us a
lord.
couple times, which basically just amounts to some trumpet noises in the dark.
Can't
But we're
see
able
a
to fool
damn
them by
thing.
climbing out a window.
My God, he vanished.
Who are you, Jill Valentine? An insecurity room yields a guard who died drinking his coffee brand coffee.
Ah.
I feel Christopher Titus would like that brand. And outside is another person whose elevator went down with his head. So I'll count it. We then pick up a death certificate for Rudolf G. Wernicke, a German scientist mentioned before, stating that he passed away in 2009? Wait, that's only 4 years ago, not 10. I guess blood writing on a padded room wall isn't a reputable source, Miles.
Apparently.
I think you're not a great journalist. Another dead guard looks like he ran into a wall too fast.
Ooh,
we activate an airlock, which activates a Chris Walker, who smashes through the window. During our escape, an explosion knocks us through a wall and onto a lower floor. Oh, man. This is a surprisingly cushy landing. Wonder what broke our... Oh, God, no!
I'm glad we can't see. This is fine. This is fine.
Tim? After wasting so many precious batteries on every angle of this body pile, we see about 13 heads throughout it somewhere. Just trust me, it's fine.
Think so.
Time to celebrate our counting by... getting killed by Chris Walker.
Alright, next.
Hey, those trumpets? We hide from Walker, but can't hide from another body and head. Ooh, yeah, better stay out of this room, Megan Halsey. You look a little frisky. After an intense chase scene, we're able to escape the meaty paws of Walker Mental Deranger, unlike this guy we saw Walker kill earlier. Miles mentions that he heard Walker muttering about containment and security protocols.
What if he's not the problem? What if he's trying to fix it?
What,
In
like
fact,
he's
it's
security?
strongly believed that after being subjected to the morphogenic engine, Walker fell back on his military police training and is conducting his own investigation through torture-based interrogation.
I could
which
see
would
that.
explain the strung-up bodies. One piece of advice, maybe ask the questions before you pop off their heads. Just a suggestion. This guy in a straitjacket and board shorts follows us around like a puppy until he eventually starts shaking. Ooh, should we get him a jacket of the non-street variety? No? Well, on the upper floor, an inmate tries to hug us, but instead gets pushed to his death. No touchy. We then climb to the upper level.
Touchy.
Oh, sorry to bother you, sir. Where miles go down the hole. In order to make another note about Project Walrider, the name of the experiment run by Dr. Wernicke. Except the patients think the Walrider is actually a spirit or a demon? Ooh,
it's
creepy.
something.
Just like this music that plays while you're crawling under the floor. This is a good time to mention the score done by composer Samuel Laflamme, who said the team at Red Barrels wanted the score to be something contemporary and disturbing in the genre of Dmitri Shostakovich or Krzysztof Penderecki. Basically just
something that can disturb you.
To add to this game's production value, he recorded a full orchestra and worked on creating tension through specific instrumentations. In fact, during a percussion session, he discovered a sound like a human scream.
It was created by a cymbal and a violin bow, and it
I
sounds
think I know
like
what he's talking about.
a human scream.
That! I've heard that.
That became the starting point that influenced the rest of the music he used to terrify us.
I play with the player's mind.
We enter the sewers and find a body that looks like it got stuck after having too much honey. Do help and bother, I'm dead.
Bother.
We continue trudging through the sewer, but we still long to be part of that world.
Yeah, we're just trying to get the hell out.
Shit. We then find a note from Father Martin telling us the gift of the Walrider is a gospel of sand. Just as long as you don't try to pass it off as the gospel of snow. The way forward is flooded, so we need to flush the prison and the female drain, which sounds dirty. And good, Walker's back with his weird jangly sound.
Must be something hanging off
Better
his
not
belt.
be a key ring. I still have PTS key from Resident Evil. Oh, actually, it's from the chains added to his character model's legs and arms. How
see?
Kratos of you. But funny enough, that was only done because a sound designer at Game On Studios, who did the amazing sound design for this game, had already added the sound to make Walker more trackable and kinda ghosty feeling. Walking around Walker, we find another body in the sewer, and we take his battery. Yoink!
Damn,
and
how
after
many
a
bodies is
cheap
that?
death by Walker, we evade him and jump down the newly drained hole. Ladder. Use the ladder. Just like Joel from The Last of Us does all the time. We do and are rewarded with a hanging body and a couple more bodies in a river of slime. No. Oh, wait, that's poop.
That was such an easy death.
Climb another ladder and... Okay, maybe we'll just go back and see
Hello?
what Raph and Mikey are up to. Nope. Must press on, especially before they release the nightly Manhattan toxic waste flood. Further sewer exploration yields another dead guard with a Moron radio. Oh, I'm sorry, Morin. Named after
Morin.
co-founder Philippe Morin. And you can honestly see his name on all kinds of tech in this game. What, nothing for Dallaire or Shatanov? Boo earns. Continuing on, we meet a meta Riddler.
Well, what kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients?
Oh, yes, I know this one. I saw it on a Laffy Taffy once. Deceased erectomies, diopsies, dead boob jobs. We then come to a fork in the road. Have to decide between the female ward and the male ward. Personally, I prefer the Fred ward. R.I.P., buddy. But we decide to add some females to this count.
Yeah, the female.
Looks like it's gonna be a very blue pie. We take a jog to the male ward when someone drops a
Should've
body
known.
on us. Rude. And we
Should've
see some
known.
more bodies than heads for a total of 3. We pass another grabby music boy.
Oh, it's him again.
Before finding another
What's going on
body,
with his mouth?
left us a note.
We were sacrificed to conjure a demon. Please, let there be no dreams. The only hell.
Why did he bother to type the ellipses? We make it to a large chamber where
Why
Walker
did he
is
do the
waiting. Oh
ellipses?
shit, he saw us! And the gray man Walkers killed us a couple more times. Great. His Walker sure got a nose for killing. Wait. Eventually we make it out
Well,
of
he
the
has
sewer
no
to
nose.
safety,
That's
but
the
will
joke.
someone please tell the music that? Over at the male ward, we
boy.
get a welcome party. Oh,
Ow.
hey man, you gotta quit that. You know, in fact, I'm gonna tell you to. Whoop.
My God, he's gone.
Exploring the male ward, also sounds dirty, we find another headbanger.
But this time you're behind
Find
him.
some stairs, but I personally love to explore in games, and I really wish I hadn't this time, since there's a room full of bodies.
I'm here and ready to count.
Oh, Tim, we might not
You're gonna
need
hate
you,
this.
because actually, a Miles note tells us there's
Hundreds of bodies crammed into a room.
And since we can't see all of them from this limited angle, we'll just trust our protagonist and add 200 bodies to the count.
Honestly,
no
yeah,
Punch
I would
Town,
toss
but
up
it'll
that
do.
much as well.
Sorry to bring you all the way out here for nothing, Tim.
That's all right. I'm happy to be the new Josh.
Love that new Josh smell.
A note on the
You're gonna
wall
be
has
hating
an
that.
odd version order for
Bingo's
the
full.
first, second, and third bases. And after some
Wait.
more hallway hustling, we
What?
eventually get to a hospital room with a stripped to the bone body. Oh, but where's the head? Over here? No, that's just Auntie. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
A
Found it.
status report from a man named Rick Traeger says that he couldn't save this guy because he's new to the whole doctor thing. This is probably because Rick Traeger was the head of business development for the Murkoff Corporation. Before getting forcefully committed after an HR incident led him to drugging an investigator, raping and impregnating a coworker, and then stabbing said coworker multiple times. It's all in the comic. Unless, of course, it's Krampus comic that I just printed out and put this thing on. That's what I did. This note also got a pretty big
Very
laugh
well.
out of me when he said, anywho. And though his methods of downsizing by killing 80 people might not be the best plan, it certainly taught him a couple things. Well, I can say with absolute certainty that a person can't live without kidneys. Yeah, I hope
That
I
is
get to meet
true.
this guy
You
sometime.
need at
I
least
like the cut
one.
of his gibberish. But
Minimum.
instead, we meet a guard tied to a chair, and there's no way to free him as 2 inmates break down the
Oh,
door
no.
and kill us. Oh, tell our camera we loved her. We tried to save him
Okay.
again, but running around in endless circles did nothing except earn us more trumpets,
Damn
so we
it.
moved on, only to jump to our deaths. Ugh, wish Alfred Molina had just thrown me the
Oh,
whip.
damn
The
it.
chase scene continues past another half body with its mouth covered so it can't endlessly cry for brains. And we finally make it to a dumbwaiter.
Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live.
That sounds friendly enough.
Can you
With
actually
no
climb
maid
in?
named Dora to contend with, we climb
Never
in.
mind.
I mean,
I
what's
guess
the
you
worst
can.
that could
Ow. Jeez.
happen? I was going to say happen. This is the infamous Richard Rick Traeger in his variant form
Oh,
with his ripped off hair
shit.
that happened from a paper shredder incident. Read the comic. Seriously, it is free on their website. Traeger says
Oh,
we
that's
must
very
be the
nice,
priest's
though.
witness and straps us into a wheelchair, taking us to my favorite moment in the game.
You know, I love the mountain air up here at night. You want to head out and take a stroll? Go ahead, I'll wait here. Go on, run free.
I can't
No
move.
hurry. No? All right. Nose to the grindstone, I like that.
The tragedy of being so close to
Damn it.
freedom juxtaposed against Traeger's comedic delivery is both just hilarious and deeply depressing. Big
This would be
shout
the
out to
one
voice
guy I'd want
actor
to kill.
Alex Ivanovich for his amazing work here, as well as his time as Cosmo the dog in the underrated Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Do not feed Cosmo cat biscuits, Peter Quill.
Traeger takes us to some kind
Okay.
of surgery room, just casually chatting with us and revealing he's pantsless behind that apron. I knew I liked this guy's style. Gross, dude.
No, you're not gonna
Traeger
like it in a
grabs a pair
moment.
of bone shears from the urinal. Oh, come on, that can't be sanitary. Which he uses to cut off our index and wedding ring fingers
Ah.
before slapping us and then just kind of leaving. Weird. Why did he...
Oh. All right.
Oh god, oh god, no, we have to get out of here. He's gonna take our balls, and without those, Manscaped will never sponsor us again. A little joystick wiggle frees us from the chair and our lunch.
Bastard
We go
took my
outside and
fingers.
meet a
He ain't
Dr.
taking my
Decker
balls.
cosplayer who has made it to all 3 bases with Traeger. He starts screaming, which brings in the preppy doctor, who kills us by decapitation.
Oh,
At least that's a new one.
shit.
On second go around, we hide under the bed and witness Traeger stab his patient. Oh, no, that is not good bedside manner, sir. Then Traeger,
Why the
in his
fingers?
tight like a tiger tush, manages to kill us one more time with his pee-pee shears. Before we're able
Don't
to
explain
escape
the
to the
fingers.
elevator, which needs a key.
Son of a.
Why would it not? This leads to
Oh,
another
this
search
game.
through multiple rooms filled with some dead and some live patients and some dead then alive patients. Okay, you know what? Let me
Living
just
dead?
count
I
these
don't know.
kills and
And trumpet.
damn. Okay, all right. Maybe this time I'll.
Nope, not a trumpet.
Nope. How about
And a trumpet.
and
Trumpet.
It's 5, buddy.
thank you, Tim. Let's add 5 patients to the kills and 5 deaths for us before we never speak of this section
total
of
of
the
10.
game again. We take a moment to recenter ourselves by staring at Joey Tribbiani's fake rain window. All by myself.
Okay, that's at least pretty well
Then
done.
continue searching for the elevator key. Oh, there it is.
fuck,
If
there it
I've
is.
learned anything from years of video gaming, it's that when you grab the item you need, that's when you're attacked.
Yeah, you're gonna be running now.
Vindicated. After a bit of kiting and just running, we get back to the elevator to use the
Fuck,
key.
fuck,
But
fuck,
Traeger
fuck,
says,
fuck.
the door!
and attacks us before eventually
Damn.
going to that big business meeting in the sky. Nah, I'll miss you for your comedy and less so
Oh,
for
look, we
your
did kill him.
Mangala menstruations. Oh, and look, Miles even has his own joke to add to this kill.
How to make Traeger juice. Step
Step
1.
one, squeeze.
Squeeze. Okay, that's not related to the situation at all. And you like killed a tree for those 2 lines. You got anything better? A butt zoom? Yeah, okay, that's always funny. Plus dem apples would make a fine snapple. See, I related
come
it to
on.
the juice. That's comedy. We meet up with Father Martin again.
Meet me outside.
Take the shields.
How? I guess it's back to wandering
Never mind, I
aimlessly
guess
and
you
body
can't.
counting. Oh, here we go. Doot doot doo doo. Dead guard I see. Doot doot doo dee. Gonna have a pee. All right, shake it once, shake it twice, shake it 3 times. All right, now we're just playing with ourselves. We find a cafeteria on fire,
Oh,
which
crap.
was started by a surprisingly lucid patient.
Turned us into these things because nobody cares about a few forgotten lunatics. So let it burn. Burn the whole goddamn thing down.
Okay, he is right.
Kudos to the team for creating real characters that are not just mindless thugs. In fact, things probably feel so real because Outlast was built on data accrued from asylum-related media, psychologists, specialists, and people directly familiar with what goes on in such locations. Writer J.T. Petty
I'm not
said
liking
they based
that.
as much in history and science as they could, then amplified everything to ecstatic levels of horror. Petty even worked with THWAC, a group of researchers
Oh,
and
that's kinda
scientists
nice.
that consulted on mental disorders, medical practices, and science technologies, giving them real-world data on mental illness and how humans experience terror to create an authentic survival horror experience in Outlast.
They did
Text
well.
God in the sky tasks us with turning on the sprinkler system. So we head out and see, I say like 10 bodies ablaze? Oh yeah, verified when we successfully turn off the sprinklers.
Oh, there you go.
Spoilers.
The night vision wandering continues past a dead guard in a chair and another at a table. I once caught a death
desk, but
this
yes.
big. We eventually find the sprinkler system and are ready to, fuck you,
gotta
text
be
God
kidding
in the
me.
sky. Well, as we look for more valves, we
Crap.
end up losing
Walker.
more than half our life, thanks to a returning Chris Walker. As the search continues, Walker calls us more names.
Here weren't you, little pig?
And it turns out his
Chris,
fascination
easy.
with pigs goes back to a childhood pig toy he had. And he always makes sure to put his little piggies back on the shelf like a good boy. Or, you know, sometimes he strings them up, like these guys. And puts others in a circle holding their heads. That's an option. A little down the way is a communal bathtub room, which contains 2 more dead bodies. One all alone, and this one getting some creepier than creep tubby time.
Somebody's very dirty, isn't he?
Another
nope,
Valve shut-off
back it
adventure
off.
is ended prematurely by a fast and furious tall walker, who
shit.
decapitates us twice? Guess that makes us a dead cat with 2 heads. On our final
that's not
attempt,
too
we
bad.
turn off one valve, ow, and the other, ow, and
Gotta
activate
hop.
the system. Okay, we feel nothing anymore. Well, that's troubling. Whatever, let's get the hell out of here. And on the way out, we see another kill to kill.
Ooh, it's you.
Stop it! We have to count these kills. All right.
Nope, we got an ad
Okay,
coming.
moving on. But before we go, let's just take a moment to calm our jangled nerves with a little coffee brand coffee.
Oh, something smells good. Oh, what you drinking?
Coffee.
Yes, I can see that, but what kind?
Coffee.
No, what brand?
Coffee.
I want a divorce.
Ooh.
Coffee brand coffee.
I would have just done it more like the regular show.
Sign
Like coffee,
the
coffee,
papers.
coffee, 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 coffee,
After
coffee,
seeing some
coffee,
finger
coffee,
food,
coffee,
Miles
coffee.
makes a note.
I've said it before, but fuck this place! I've still got those fingers left.
Honestly, I'm just
Oh,
impressed
yeah.
you're able to write so legibly without those fingers. Like, how are you holding a pen? But then take a moment to
Oh,
recharge
yeah, no,
ourselves
that-
in the bean closet. I'm sorry, wait,
That helps.
are you telling me that there's one single bean in this can? What the heck does it say on there? Taste Possipure? Seriously,
What?
if anyone knows, please tell me what it says. I have already driven researcher Bella to madness. Am I single-handedly taking out the dead meat team with these video game kill
You
counts?
might be.
No, we still got Michael. Hell, you can stop waving now. It's now time to leave through the exit Traeger teased us with earlier. But as a parting gift, we grab a memo with an interesting numbering system and info on a sleep-inducing machine. Oh, you mean like the one Doc used on Jennifer because the writers didn't know what to do with her? Actually, they're referring to the morphogenic engine, designed by Dr.
here we
Vernick
go.
to put patients on the brink of madness into a lucid dream state. To what ends? We'll find out later. On the way out, we see 2 more dead guards. But no time for jokes. We've got a date with a priest.
Let's get...
Wait. We then enter the courtyard, which is a
Finally.
super creepy section of the game, as our night vision camera can't see long distances and we're forced to rely on lightning to see. Of course, there
that's
still
kind
is
of
plenty
useful.
of panicked Blair Witch style running.
Oh, boy.
Wandering around, we see, oh man, is that a dead body? Nope, he twitch, he fine.
He
Another
alive.
note from Father Martin says we're his Paul? Okay, which Paul? Paul Marion, the Murkoff mitigation officer who was partnered with a lady who liked to make amateur porn and spent his time
No.
tracking down Simon Peacock, another whistleblower who looks like the Spider-Man villain Swarm?
No.
We find a key to a maintenance shed
It's meant to be Paul the Apostle.
and an Evil Dead 2
biblical.
Easter egg.
Groovy.
We open the shed
Oh.
where us foolish mortals are greeted by a ghost host. It's the Wall
the-
Rider, as confirmed in this waste of
Whoa.
a paper note. Tree killer! After some parkour that's par
We
for the
found
course
him.
at this point, we find a dead guard on a bench who probably succumbed to a poison box of chocolates. After hopping some more fences, we check on our buddy
What a
from
scum.
earlier. You okay, dude? Great, don't be a hero and drive home, man. We then see 3 more dead bodies. Forrest Gump's on a killing spree.
Wall
And our
Rider.
good buddy
We
Chris
found him.
Walker, who chases us into a hole. On our way to the female ward, we see an itchy, less tasty fountain, where it looks like the cast of
Ooh.
Friends was massacred. So no one told you you were gonna die this way.
Step.
Enter the female ward, which is surprisingly absent
Oh.
of females. And with good reason, according to a note from the Whistleblower DLC called Miscarried Profits. Oh, what a fucked up name. It says that the morphogenic engine was causing female employees to
Okay.
experience psychosomatic pregnancies, and thus they were all moved out of the facility to avoid a lawsuit. But digging a little deeper, I discovered the real reason was...
Did have the budget to create more variety of characters.
It makes sense.
Okay.
Suddenly
No,
a wild
that-
Father
that-
Martin appears.
okay.
This way! Revelation is at hand!
But we're sick of trying to keep
game
up with
and
you, and we
real
don't
life.
know if we can do it. Oh no, there's a body in the corner, and another in the spotlight, after losing our religious guy. Miles then makes a note about the sound
Oh,
of the machine that he hears.
I blink and I see static. Something oily and dark descending
Yeah?
behind my eyelids.
I know that feeling.
Oh, come on.
Wandering through the laundry room, we find a mirror.
Okay.
Oh God, we have no reflection. Oh, are we a vampire? No. We're just a journalist without ray tracing.
Shut up.
Silly. We find another dead guard by a battery. Yoink! Oh, hope that wasn't for his kid's toy. Ooh, that would be sad. Anywho, downstairs we find a note on Project Paperclip referencing Nazi war crimes. I knew that Clippy was evil.
Oh no!
In actuality, Project Paperclip was a secret government program that brought German scientists to the US after World War II in order to use them to gain advantage over the Soviet Union during the Cold War. In the corner of the basement, we see... Oh, is that Mike avoiding the Blair Witch? Hey, it's okay, buddy. This is Outlast, not the Blair Witch. You're...
Why would you ever go up to anyone?
Mike. Avoiding the basement, we head upstairs, only for Father Martin, to leave us again. The text god tasks us with finding 3 fuses to steal a key from this pile of laundry. Oh, a kill graphic. Guess it's a pile of person. The fuse fetch quest is honestly pretty boring, so let's just get to the kills. No, don't start this over. We're too far in. I'm talking about these
40 minutes.
Kills. Let's see, we've got 1 willyless wheelchair, a sacrifice to old Twitchy here, a crucifixion that looks great to Kelsey from 5SF. Perfect.
Oh!
And finally, another sacrifice with a note to invite the wall rider. Aw, Mom, do I have to? He's so weird, and he'll totally ruin my birthday party. After a couple of Final Girl circuits and another trumpet tumble, we plug in the fuses and unlock the chute to claim our key.
Son of a mother!
Oh, God damn it. Going downstairs, there's a body in the elevator that, according to Miles, was surrounded by food. Maybe he should have eaten the food. I don't know, I'm no doctor. But he is. Oh, I love you, you little cutaway shot. A note under the stairs reveals that the Wall Rider is a demonic German demon, also known as an Alp, Mara, or Schrott.
Oh.
Steven's got some pretty particular tastes.
It has been known to drink milk from the breasts of sleeping women and blood from the nipples of sleeping men.
Talk about getting peckish.
No.
Damn it, Ben! We grab a key.
As a representative of Germany, I am not accepting that. I am cutting that thing out.
And like I said before, this triggers an attack, which we're easily able to evade and head upstairs to another sign to follow the blood. And wouldn't you know, the blood leads to 2 more corridor cadavers. And more writing on the wall that Miles recognizes as Father Martin's handwriting. How? Someone closes the door, and that someone turns out to be someone's. Yay, the twins are back! Or as editor Linnea calls them,
the Outlast PP twins.
We shut the door, which should keep them away. Unless, they've somehow learned to phase through doors. Oh shit! What if we close one side of this double door? Oh, nope, you're polite enough to reopen it and then close it again. Oh, so you're good at closing, but not at clothing. One of them manages to kill us with a swing of their dick, machete. But after a quick game of hide from the sausage and some platform jumping, we're finally safe.
Crap!
Did I say safe? Because I meant screwed as our camera goes bye-bye. Having lost our one true love and the whole gimmick of this game, we set off to find Spatlina. And it's definitely not as easy to roam these halls without the night vision. But maybe our eyes will adjust to the... Ew, we touched our face! We finally find the camera, but the text god in the sky refuses to let us press X to pick it up. Seriously, is this glitched or something? Come on! Oh, there's a hole over here. Aha!
Oh, that's why.
Oh, we missed you, our little camcorder. Oh no, you're cracked. Oh, Mordo! Retrieving this important plot item has triggered an attack. We'll save you, our mini Diviva. We escape our pursuer with some more jumping and running before running into Chris Walker and dying. Like we do.
Come on.
The next attempt, we do a game of Dorsey-Do and escape into a vent. Our exit is blocked by a dead guy that kind of looks like O.J. Simpson. So we nudge Nordberg out the way and find a document from 1938, languishing praise over the morphogenic engine's ability to breach the spirit realm. The document extends an invitation to real-life Nazi collaborator Dietrich Eckart, asking him to witness the experiments himself, which is odd considering Eckart died 15 years before the date of this memo. Guess whoever wrote it wasn't thinking about Eckart's future. Another document about our boy Billy Hope says he's been talking to the dead Dr. Vernick in the White Place, and furthermore, he knows how to kill the Wall Rider, using vampiric butterflies vomited from a demon called Horrigy. I don't know if we can show Horrigy on YouTube. Vimeo, maybe. Luckily, it can take other forms.
Yeah, it can also take the form of emaciated upright pigs or sick dogs. So, Billy's got that going for him.
I mean, I really appreciate the comedy that writer J.T. Petty infuses amidst all the horror. A tradition that continued in the Outlast trials with one of my new favorite characters, Mother Gooseberry and her hand puppet, Dr. Futterman.
size of this thing up my tuchus. I don't think we're alone.
I's a puppet that enjoys the
that's kinda
simple
nice.
things. Drills in his mouth and a hand up his ass. We climb into another vent. Finally, some acknowledgement that we're missing fingers. And another friendly inmate tells us that in order to unlock the gate, we'll need to get the key in the theater after watching a movie. Oh
Key in the
boy, I
theater.
hope it's freaked.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna kill count that sucker when James isn't looking.
I'm always looking.
Jesus. Piano music
Okay,
lures us
that
away
was
from
nice.
another dead guard into a room with a pool table, where it
Ooh.
looks like Bert finally took Eddie's advice
Oh.
to lay down and die. The piano music's coming from this sanitarium Sam, who immediately stops
Can you
playing,
play?
stares, and takes an unmotivated butt in the moonbeam walk. Okay, sure. We make it to the theater and start bootlegging the movie like it's Death Blow, listening to audio from a 1980s interview with the late Dr. Wernicke. Wernicke was brought to the US through Project Paperclip, mentioned earlier.
Okay,
Apparently, he
okay.
couldn't replicate his success with the morphogenic engine in America and explains that it works so well in Germany because they had
The proximity to death.
Proximity to death?
Only a test subject who had witnessed enough horror was capable of activating the engine.
This is most likely
Oh.
why the Murkoff Corporation set
Oh,
up
crap.
shop in an asylum and had so much success. Well, that is until the Wall Riders started killing everyone and making me and Tim count them all. The audio is accompanied by a movie that Miles says,
Play-off.
It's in my head like a song you can't stop humming.
oh, like the Bluey theme. It also includes Rorschach-esque images that Miles says look like insects and surgery wounds. But I just see a graboid mouth in my mother. Hi, Mom. I also see 15
That's
bodies who probably died after a showing of Meet the Spartans. And yes, death is a mercy compared to the works of Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer. Down the
I
hall,
don't
an
get the
inmate
ref-
hides in a locker, but refuses to come out and tell us a "you can't do that on television" style joke. So we move on to a note about flesh-eating bacteria. And make sure to wash your hands
Oh,
to
well,
avoid
that's
it.
just gross.
Honestly, I love the response.
Really? I fucking quit.
We find the projector booth, but a man tells us, no one gets to see the projectionist. Not no way, not no how. Yeah, the projectionist is dead
Wizard of
anyway, so
Oz.
who cares? We just need that key. A little ledge climb gets us the key, so we head back to the locked gate to...
Oh, come on!
Penis! Hey, the Kool-Aid Man meat has returned to chase us around and one-hit kill us. You know, I honestly can't believe they haven't found any clothes yet.
If they had enough livers and tongues, they could make a suit of clothes out of them. And then they would have something to wear. They want to make tongue pants.
This time around, we're ready for it. Oh, look, there's a kill we missed. Good thing we reloaded. Wouldn't want to miss the opportunity to count another body. We evade our nudist pursuist and make it to the gate, where his twinsy is just kind of standing there
He's
scratching
watching.
his head. Well, it's better than him scratching other very visible parts. Upstairs, we find the elevator. All right, time to get
Okay.
out of here.
Thank-
No!
Again? How
The
many
main goal
keys?
is to make the player suffer.
And suffer
How
we
many
shall
keys?
as another key quest finds more bean. What does that say? And a pensive, silhouetted man, considering all the choices in his life that have led him to this
get too
exact
close.
moment. Also, he's not wearing pants. I feel like this game was made for me. We see another man
That
praying
is
to TV
so
static
no
like he's
pants.
Carol Ann. And he's not alone, as all the other inmates are doing their bedtime prayers. Bless mommy and daddy, and fuck Dr. Wernicke for unleashing this hellscape of death and torment upon us. Amen. We head into the church
Okay.
and see the twins
Okay.
again.
Oh, crap.
Hey, buddies! What's this? Push
Wait,
X
they're
to
not doing
clothes?
anything?
Oh, no, clothes. Thank goodness. Never change, you two. If you got it, flaunt it. Some
Huh.
truly epic music plays as we enter the church and see Father Martin crucified in front of a group of inmates pray crying.
Oh,
Fortunately,
no.
the music is so loud I can't actually hear what the priest is saying. And there's no music, sound effects, voice mix in the options screen, so I guess I'll just make something up. And all I ask is that you do not, at any point, light me on fire. That's exactly the last thing that I would want. Oh, you don't listen! And with that, Father Martin T-poses
I don't
his
think that's
way
what he was
to the
saying.
great beyond. We grab the elevator key. Don't none of you attack me now, okay? Good. Stay
Thank
naked,
you.
you two.
Thank
Stay.
you.
One
I am
vente
leaving.
later, our
Goodbye.
grande Crisicino returns, proving this
Crap.
fucker ain't no patsy. He's a Hellcat, killing us from behind. But
Oh.
somehow blood sprays on the front of our camera? Sure. Next time around, we do the old Dora
Whether you have
Maru
the camera
trick
up
to
or not.
escape and get back to the elevator. Haha, yes! Fuck you, Murkoff!
Ah.
We're getting out of here. Exit, here we go. Oh, no.
What?
No, no, no,
What?
no, no. The elevator's taking us farther down. Oh,
Hit up.
man.
Hit
I
up.
see why
Hit
Mount
up.
Massive got its name.
Damn
This
it.
place doesn't end. Which makes sense, since this facility was built into Mount Massive Mountain, the second highest peak in Colorado. Red
Oh,
Barrels
look.
chose the location of Mount Massive while looking at a map for a remote location, and that name just jumped out at them. but the hospital itself was based on the Buffalo State Asylum in New York, now referred to as the Richardson Olmsted Complex, which was originally opened in the 1800s and closed in 1974, leaving it super abandoned and creepy until it was made into a hotel and conference center in 2014. And the inspiration for Outlast is something that hotel wears proudly on its eaves. The text god tells us to find another way out, and we do, when we enter a salt corridor and the game crashes. Oh, guess we're done here. Gotcha! We enter the underground facility in the heart of Project Walrider, whose logo looks like a Celtic spring break lower back tattoo.
Hey, wait a minute. This is also the place we saw those guards get absolutely wrecked by the Walrider way back at the beginning.
The main lobby is filled with lots of body parts of the mercs we saw killed on the camera earlier.
Exactly.
Any new. Damn it, there's a dead guard in a chair. Okay, how have you not fallen out yet, sir? Well, at least this death prompts a funny Miles note.
Fuck, 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 fuck!
I gotta say, this game gets just as many laughs as it gets screams from me. Screams that wake my child and then make my wife give me that look. Yes, that one, honey. Exploring farther along, we find a lot of body parts and a post-mortem note that mentions a guard who killed a patient. But we don't count notes here, just heads. Like this one, and these two, and these two that actually managed to keep theirs. We get another glimpse of freedom through a window. Wait, aren't we underground? No, well, we take a left at some legs and see an exit. But the Walrider says we ain't going nowhere, and promptly murders us a couple more times. Ooh, one of which blows us up like we were Josh getting a Dragon Dash order. Neat. The Walrider's appearance has triggered a lockdown of all the exits, so we run like goddamn bastards. Back the way we came, only to have our good times ended by non-Jimmy Walker. He tosses us aside, but before he can kill us for the umpteenth time, the Walrider attacks him, throwing him around like a ragdoll physics engine before entering his body and shoving him into a vent that somehow shreds him to pieces. Oh, that's it. Miles, any thoughts on the death of your nemesis?
You've escaped one hell, Chris Walker. God help me, but I somehow hope you didn't find another.
Around the corner, we take our time recording 2 more bodies. Come on, you two, do something funny for the camera. Come on, we want to get on AFV. Ah, forget it. And we're so preoccupied, we almost miss the man talking to us, who is the very much alive Dr. Wernicke. He says that Billy Hope is the host for the Walrider, and the Walrider isn't a demon at all. It's actually a swarm of nanobots, small nanoscopic machines which collectively possess great strength and power. Power that it used to keep Dr. Wernicke alive all these years. Wernicke says he's seen the error of his ways and gives us one final task.
Murder Billy. Turn off his life support, his anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done.
Hey, sir, we only take our orders from the text god in the sky. Yes, sir, reporting for duty, sir. Before we leave, Wernicke reminisces about his good old Nazi days while staring at his portrait of the torturer Prometheus by Theodor.
That was the first guy we found out about in the notes before Chris.
Or Ramboots. Prometheus was the Greek god known for stealing fire from the other gods to give to civilization so they could advance. Wait, I thought Maui stole fire from down below. Disney lies. Prometheus was eventually caught, made mortal, and punished by having an eagle eat his liver every day for, like, forever. Wernicke most likely sees himself as a modern-day Prometheus, who is now facing his punishment after giving the morphogenic engine and its nanites to Murkoff. Oh, and if he's Prometheus, does that mean we can kill him and get the Rage of the Titan super move like Kratos? Because I would fucking love to finally fight something in this game. As he continues prattling on, we slowly back away and then run the hell out of there. We then find 2 more bodies in the bathroom and a body and 2 heads in the cafeteria. I'm gonna say that this B block deserves a D rating from the health inspector. Whew, I gotta say, searching for a nanite-infused boy to murder is thirsty work. So let's stop for some cola with the greatest slogan.
Drink it!
What? $1.75 for generic brand? Oh, no, 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 no. I only pay 75 cents for my Jewel brand Red Pop. Around the corner, the Walrider returns. But don't worry, we're safe in this room after closing the door. Oh, shit!
Nanobots, remember? They can fit through any space.
With death 3 more times, we finally prove to be as elusive as Robert Denby, escaping to an airlock. and finding 2 more bodies along the way.
Man,
Status
a lot of
report,
people
Bishop.
against walls.
Dead. The wall rider stares at us through the airlock, looking like a bald Jackie Estacado, before turning into a boosted skelly. In the next room, we find a couple more bodies.
That's
Sure,
pretty
because this
cool.
place is just lousy with them, I tells ya. There's also a note telling us not to worship the swarm, a concept writer J.T. Petty was very interested in. In fact, he based a lot of the story on the intersection of science and mysticism that developed in the mid-20th century. The sort of post-Jungian psychological theories getting mixed up with satanic spiritualism and developing computer intelligence, which
Wouldn't have
honestly is
thought
a
about
fascinating
that.
juxtaposition that is further explored in Outlast 2. And now we finally make it to Vertike's mighty morphogenic engine.
Oh my god. Look at the size of that
Miles
thing.
has some thoughts.
The assembler, the feed chambers, the precursor molecules. Vague memories of nanotechnology articles I've read online. Probably drunk.
Why are you reading nanotech articles when you're drunk? Dude, can you just play Fortnite and fall asleep on a burrito like the rest of us?
Fortnite
Yeah,
did-
like
oh.
that. I love scotch. On the machine, we find a
Fortnite
note
didn't
on how
exist.
not to kill Billy, that we will of course use to kill Billy. We then see the boy all weapon X'd up.
Oh,
Miles takes a
there he
moment
is.
to insult him.
He ought to be 23 years old. He looks like at least 50 years of rough road.
Hey, don't be a dick, Miles. After finally reaching battery
Let's set you
capacity in
off.
our pockets, we find a Morpho fanboy trying to get a good look at the machine. And behind him, we can see... Oh, come on, man. Get out of the way. We're trying to count kills here. All right, we see, one body. Okay, better get on with the task of butchering Billy and...
Ooh, look at all this.
we have
All
no
those.
reflection. We're a vampire. Oh, right. No ray tracing. The blood ball does look really tasty, though.
Surprisingly, that just looks
No,
cool.
in the life support fluid reservoir, a collection of words I never thought I'd say together, we find the shutoff valve. And since Miles' morals
Here we go.
aren't a problem anymore, he's ready to enter the murderverse.
Let's shut it down.
We shut off the valve, but the text god ain't done with us yet, sending us to cut off Billy's electrical supply. And the wall rider is not a fan of that plan. It chases us into the sub-generator room where we climb the longest stairs in the world.
Damn.
Okay, tell me when we get to level
many
20,
is
because
that?
I'm gonna throw up. Another airlock keeps the wall rider out and scraping at the door. And
He's
since
not
it looks
Nicolas
like we
Cage.
lost the smoke monster for now, we're able to read the final document of the game, Billy's permission to proceed.
Finally.
It explains that Billy was manipulated into agreeing to the morphogenic engine experiment, when Murkoff said they'd take care of his mother Tiffany with a large payoff, since she'd actually been suing Murkoff. However, this horrifyingly clinical guided cardiac arrest term makes me believe they actually killed her. But then again,
Extremely.
according to the comics, Billy's mother was alive and actually sold her son to Murkoff in order to buy some super expensive Swarovski figurines. And when the Billy
What?
writer found this out, whoo, yeah, they killed Tiffany. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I don't know
My
either.
comic. We
Oh,
turn
my
off the
comic.
generator and race back to finish the job. Ooh, but missed the jump and are, caught by the
Oh.
wall rider. Hey, thanks, man. Oh, you asshole! Screw you for dropping me! Well, on the plus side, it
Oh.
saved us having to climb
Oh,
down
that
those
helps.
endless stairs. We run back to the morphogenic
Oh, that
engine and
helps.
slam our hand onto the kill switch. Also, thank Wall Rider, it didn't need us to have all our fingers. As Billy dies, the Wall Rider tosses us around
Oh.
like Tina Gray in a bedroom, until finally disappearing, presumably destroyed by Billy's death. We then make a wily coyote mistake to look down and fall, breaking our
Oh.
leg. We get up and see
Oh,
the
that
boy
hurts.
in the plastic bubble is dead, thus severing the connection with the Wall Rider / star of Michael Crichton's Prey. The text god then gives us one final
Separated,
directive.
shattered.
Or maybe it's just a movie recommendation? I
Get
don't know.
out.
We hobble our way to the exit where we're greeted by Dr. Wernicke and a
Oh,
bunch
no!
of hunky boys. Hey guys, how are you kidding me? The character we've been playing this whole game is murdered in cold blood? We don't get
Oh,
to
you
start over like the
bastards.
35 other times this happened? No, I guess not. There's a kill graphic and everything. Damn.
And it's
Bye,
red.
Miles. Yeah, it's a bummer of a Rogue One ending, but after the screen fades to black, we do get a new hope.
Click. Click.
Have become the host.
What is that thing?
Yeah.
And all that gunfire and screams lead me to believe the Miles writer killed those mercs, and since we don't see Dr. Wernicke in any future games, I'm gonna add him to the count as well. Any objections to me killing a Nazi?
No.
Okay, didn't think so.
Kill him.
From the very beginning of production, Red Barrels wanted to end the game with an ambiguous dark punch, like a lot of horror movies. I'm looking directly at you, The Mist.
Oh,
Even after
not
numerous
that movie.
revisions, the ending didn't really land with most players when the game was released. So they decided to rectify this in the Whistleblower DLC. In that, you can see Miles has actually become the new host for the Wall Rider, and Waylon
That's
Park,
right.
aka the Whistleblower, has become the new driver of Miles's car. Hey, I left my wallet in there, dude!
Up yours, up sure.
How many dead copy and pasted
There you
character
go.
models outlasted their welcome at Mount Massive Asylum? Let's find out and get to the... Oh, crap, what now?
Little Bixby. Little Bixby.
He's Chris. I get it.
Evaluation. Yeah, Bixby. Yeah, little Gummer.
God, he's gonna fire me because the Critters 4 kill count's got like no views? Okay, shit. Okay, I think the coast is clear.
I will be watching a lore video on Outlast after
Hey
this.
man, I just want to let you know you're doing a really good job. We're happy to have you on the team.
Oh, thanks.
Aww.
No.
I think you're doing great. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, that was really nice. Alright, on to the numbers.
During our time at Mount
406.
Massive, we counted 403 kills, all of them male, giving us the return of the Blueberry Pie, which first appeared in the kill count for John Carpenter's The Thing, and most recently in Creep, which was technically the first single-serving pie.
Technically.
But we all know I did it first in Dude Bro. As for player deaths, we heard the trumpets of torment 35 times, and with a playthrough time of 9 hours and 49 minutes that definitely included a lot of pausing to count and cry, well, that gave us
That's
a player
honestly
death on
fine.
average every 16.83 minutes, and a kill on average every 1.46 minutes.
Oh, that's
I'll
so
give the
much.
golden chainsaw for best kill to Chris Walker, since it was actually a kill and not just a pile of bodies. Plus, it felt good to see him blown up or
Oh.
shredded or, you know, whatever happened to him. Because I really
Shredded.
don't want to keep
Like
looking at his
ham.
lipless face. Dole Machete for lamest kill goes to all the bodies lying around this place. They were annoying to
Obviously.
count and wasted so many of my camera batteries. And now I gotta drive all the way to Best Buy to recycle these damn things properly.
Like 400
Royal
just bodies
reload for
sitting
best
there.
character death goes to Chris Walker for ripping off our head.
Oh.
After so many lame deaths of just falling over in the dark or kinda being tossed aside, Chris surprised us by nonchalantly tearing off our legs. And I guess technically that's another way to
Very
be
impressive.
pantsless. And that's it. Outlast came out in 2013 and spawned 2 sequels. Next month, we'll be washing the taste of all these bodies out of our mouth with mouth washing. But until then, we're a man who has to
Oh,
get used
I
to
know that
single-person
game. I've been
pronouns
meaning to
again.
watch it.
And this has been the Kill Count.
On the next kill count.
Noah is a busy 20-something looking for love in the big city.
Good luck finding a guy, you stuck-up bitch.
Ow. That was
Steve's
cold.
a single ladies man shopping for a new girlfriend.
I just come to the fruit section to talk to random, very good-looking people that stand near it.
They're navigating the ups and downs
What is
of
this?
modern dating.
Let's cheers.
Come on, never send an
But
unsolicited
together,
pic.
they just might find a new lease on love.
I met a cool guy.
Get that date. From the studio that brought you Ruby Sparks and 500 Days of Summer comes another film
What is
about
this?
2 people falling in love.
It's a straight girl's fantasy come true, right?
And that's totally all this movie
I
is. Just a fun
don't know.
rom-com about the perfect man.
Maybe it'll be a surprise.
Starring Daisy Edgar Jones,
I'm just gonna go for it.
Sebastian
hell is
Stan,
this?
I'm not gonna text you, but I'll really want to.
and a lot of dance montages.
I think we should dance.
What?
This week, restock on
Please tell us
File
what this is.
Romance with Fred.
Fuck it, why not?
Then on Friday, swipe right on the kill count. Only on
Fred.
Dead Meat.
That was terrible.
Huh.
Was kind of terrible.
Fresh can currently be watched.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is or why it's even being recommended, but that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Link to the original description below, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.